Hi folks, it's Kitty here, and tonight I'm not at training. There's ice warnings out and I didn't fancy getting stuck on my icy estate whenever I'm coming home. So instead I'm going to be doing some off-skates work myself this evening to improve my time on track in the future. And I thought I'd share some of the things that I'm doing tonight with you because I'm going to look at my laterals and what I'm doing off skates to improve those. Last session I had with my silver skaters, we looked at laterals because people feel that they've really got them down because it's a movement that we do from very early on. And we came across a few issues with them, so things that I myself am going to try and improve, and hopefully the guys are going to be improving them as well. So when we look at laterals, what are we trying to do? Well, for one thing, if we're going in for a lateral, we want to really carve up the track. So very important to think that you're going to move the way your skates are pointing. So when you go in for a nice sharp lateral, make sure your directional foot, your toe, is pointing in the right direction. When you get there, what are you doing with this lateral? Well, you're maybe carving up the track so you can go in and block someone. So remember, you want to be nice and stable when you move. Or maybe you're going to use it as part of the sweep, so you're coming around and you're going to use all of this nice area to block someone and keep them in their place, so your jammer can open up a lane for them and they can get through. Now, when we came to do this on track, there was two really noticeable issues that we had. One was people wanted to do the movement and they knew they had to get the movement right, so they were going in for it like this, toes pointing in the direction they want to go, but they're leading with their toe. And when you do that, you come across a few problems. One, well, for one thing, you don't have all this space to block with. So a good agile jammer or even blocker might just pop over your leg. You're not really doing anything with this space. So leading with your toe, not great, and leaving yourself open to nice wallops on your shin. So very important. When we think about our laterals, we want to lead with that knee. So whenever you go in for them, lead with your knee, get that knee pointing. It actually feels really nice to do it. So you'll know you're doing it when you're doing it. When you go in, just get nice and low, lead in with that knee. The other problem that we really came across was people lateraling in more of a waving manner. So they weren't separating their feet out very much, so they might have been getting their knee down, but they're keeping everything very small, not taking up a lot of room on track. So when we go out on track, of course, we want to take up plenty of space and own the track for ourselves. That's all fine and well. You don't have space in your house maybe to practice your lateral movements, but we can of course do things off skates. So I'm going to take my skates off, come back, and we're going to have a look at what we can do to work on this motion, build up the muscle memory, build up the strength, and then we'll be able to take it on the track in training. Okay, so my skates are off, I've got my mat down, and I'm ready to do some off skates work to try and improve my laterals. Now, essentially what a lateral is a lunge. So we want to work on nice low lunges. So you can either go for stepping back into them. Going to admit right now, not my favourite way to do lunges. I seem to wiggle and wobble when I do this. I can't do it fast, but I will do it with purpose and intent. I'll do it slowly, but hopefully properly, rather than trying to jump into it and do it very quickly. So for step back lunges, I'm just going to step back, come down, push up, set, back, down, push up, set. So you want to do those maybe 10 times on each side until that starts to get really easy, and then you can go into doing them 15 times, 20 times on each side and building up that muscle. Another way to do is you're very straightforward, nice low lunges. So set yourself down, make sure your knee stays over your ankle, so you don't want to collapse right forward, you don't want to be too far back. So you're setting up knee over ankle and just come into your lunge. Take it into twists to really stretch your muscles and really enjoy this as you're working, and bring it forward. Take it down into lizard pose if you wish. just to stretch out the muscle. Hold everything for a few breaths and then come back up. And what you do on one side, you're going to do on the other. So you can set up your nice low lunge. Lean into it. Remember to tilt that pelvis under, protect your back, get a better stretch down your leg while you're doing it. You can take it into your twist on the other side. Bring it down into lizard. And back up again into standing. So think about your step back lunges, nice and simple, and think about your low lunges. These are the movements that you're going to be able to transfer directly into skating. These are the movements that are going to help you on track. If you can't lunge off skates, how on earth do you expect to be able to lunge on skates? So it's all about training. It's always about training yourself, building your muscles, and keeping at it. Practice will make perfect. It's worth sticking at it. So guys, I'm off to lunch tonight away. Whatever you're doing tonight, I hope you have fun. Keep it skatey, and hopefully I'll see you on track.